So my top five favorite Morgan Freeman roles/movies. Number five is Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, also around that time, early 90s. He's the Moorish guy. I love that movie.
Azim, the Great One.
There you go. And watched that a million times over when I was a kid.
Fun
Number
fact,
four.
that is action figure.
No way.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great.
Way.
Way.
Number four, Glory.
Nice.
Yep. Number three, Driving Miss Daisy, because I feel like that was his first major picture that was like put him on the map, if I remember correctly, kind
Is
of.
that before Glory?
I don't know, but I feel like that was more like it showcased him more like as an act, like I don't know. Glory felt more ensemble-y, where my Driving Miss Daisy was him and Jessica Tandy.
Yeah, I mean, he won an Oscar nomination, I think, for that.
Yeah, I think so. Number two, Seven with Brad Pitt. Right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yep.
Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah, love that movie. Watch that quite often too when it ever comes on. And then number one for me, obviously, Shawshank. That's my favorite Morgan Freeman role. Because like you mentioned earlier, I didn't think about it, but yeah, that was his first movie where he's the narrator and how we just all fell in love with his voice. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And he landed March of Penguins.
That's true. Pete, what you got?
Yeah, ours are pretty similar. I was going to put Robin Hood because I love Azim the Great One, and I love that character. But I'm gonna switch it up last minute and say number five for me is Glory. For those reasons, it's a stunning piece. I think his character, the father figure almost to Denzel, and just the strength of this man, and what he portrayed in it. I thought that was where I feel like that's what put him on the map. Like really just kind of, no, actually I take it back. Wasn't it my number four? Lean on Me, perhaps?
No, I think Glory.
Did I forget Lean on Me?
I think Glory was
Mr. Clark.
Possibly, yeah.
I know. We even used to call Mr. Adams Mr. Clark. I can't even.
Yeah, we did. What's wrong with me? Are you kidding me? We used to quote that all the time in high school.
Dominic literally was thinking I docked you for that.
Yeah, but now they call me Batman. So yeah, it's
you smell crack, don't you?
it's a powerful film. His performance is just, what an act. Just like my favorite movie of all time is like Dead Poets, and the way that he conducts himself in that movie. Lean on Me is the same teaching style. You know what I mean?
That'd be a great category too, is school films.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
Yeah, School Ties, number one. Number three is Unforgiven. As classic as that film is, I think his character is just an important piece. And it's not over the top, and but there's just a beauty to it. Number two, Seven, and that movie is one of my favorites. I can review that movie if you guys want to. Number one, Shawshank. You can't beat Shawshank in his performance. There's just nothing better.
Oh, I bet Drew can.
Nah. What, Now You See Me?
I'm curious to see Drew's list.
Number five, I have, and I'm tailoring it a little bit on the fly because I didn't realize Paul's disclaimers for how we have to choose our list.
No, it's all about your explanation. You don't have to tailor anything.
Totally, Paul. Driving Miss Daisy, is number five. I agree. I feel like it was his less of an ensemble, like in Glory, and more kind of like a tour de force coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a quiet role, obviously, but an important role. So Driving Miss Daisy for me at five.
What year was that? 88?
I think so. 87, 88, like late 80s.
Yeah. For me, number four, I agree with Robin Hood. I watched that. I mean, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is
so good.
For worse, a movie that I wore the VHS out of when I was a kid.
Same.
100% agree.
Still wear out the VHS.
Unforgiven at number three. Tough character.
Same across the board.
Tough character, but amazing film. He does a great job. I'm gonna put, just to be a little bit different, Shawshank at number two. I'm not hating on it. And my concerns with Shawshank is not Morgan Freeman or his performance. He's amazing. Like the acting is amazing. Like I could just listen. Anyway, I could listen to him narrate it all day long, narrate my life, all that good stuff. He's quietly brilliant in that movie.
And once again, Drew messed up another list.
And number one, I partly because of the movie, partly because of how he does it, I love Seven and his role in Seven.
Seven is badass.
Yeah. So
I
if
can't believe I lost.
you down to review it, I would be all in on a Seven podcast.
All right, so
I would too.
My list is definitely different than everyone's, which I love. So my number 5, and the only reason why I put him on this is number 5. I was debating on a lot of different roles, but I went with Sum of All Fears, and he plays kind of the James Earl Jones role, but he's not James Earl Jones, but he's a different character. But this is like when he really started going into the, sophisticated.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bad movies. Sorry.
No. I love Sum of All Fears.
This is when he really got into bad movies.
No, but like this is when he really started being like presidential, and after this, that he's done many presidential-ish type roles, but this is when this is like one of his first like government type roles, and so I've always loved the film. I love Tom Clancy, and so the movie's not perfect. The movie's not perfect. Don't get me wrong, but I really loved him in this role. Him and Ben Affleck had a nice rapport, so I liked it. Number 4 is Batman Begins, Dark Knight. I loved him as Lucius Fox, as kind of like the sidekick.
I thought you just talked us out of using the Batmans because he doesn't.
No, I just said like I would just say the role's fine. You can have it on the list. What I'm saying is I wouldn't put that number 1, even though Dark Knight is like my favorite movie. Don't put it number 1 because of the movie Dark Knight.
We're so confusing.
Just put it because of his role. Does that make sense? Like he's a supporting. He's a supporting role. Anyway. Number 3,
Sum of All Fears at number 5. You don't make sense.
I'm already out.
Number 3, I have Shawshank. Number 2, Robin Hood, and then number 1, Mr. Clark.
God damn it!
You gotta have Lean on Me on it.
You gotta have Lean on Me.
No love for Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.